Hey friends, welcome to the vid, and in this vid I'm going to give you 3 things that you can do daily to help you with your DPDR recovery. If you are a regular viewer of my channel, you know I talk a lot about anxiety and what it is and what's causing DPDR and sort of more overall like big grand things that you can do to help yourself. But you might be wondering, well, how does that actually translate to on a day-to-day basis? What do you need to do every day specifically to help you recover? So I'm going to go into 3 things which are really going to help you that you can do on a daily basis, and they're not difficult at all. And for those of you that are new to the channel, then welcome. My name is Dan and I help people recover from DPDR using either one-on-one coaching or the Freedom course. And if you're a subscriber, then welcome back. The first thing you can do is recognize when it's okay to use coping techniques. Now, these are techniques which are designed to specifically make you feel better in the immediate moment that you're feeling a symptom come on really strong. Coping techniques should never be seen as a long-term fix, because you're not trying to get short-term quick fixes here. You're trying to get, long-term freedom from this and recovery. But sometimes it is necessary. For example, if you're in the middle of a panic attack or you're just freaking out with intrusive thoughts, it is necessary in that moment to try your best to calm yourself down so you can put yourself in a state where you're actually able to do things which are going to help you long term. An example of a coping technique could be doing boxed breathing when you're right in the midst of having a panic attack, or it could be doing a grounding exercise when you do feel yourself spiraling out of control with regards to feeling spaced out or feeling detached. It's okay to do that, and soon you won't even need these short-term coping techniques, because the next 2 things I'm going to tell you about are designed to get rid of your symptoms once and for all. The second thing that you can do on a daily basis to help you through this, which is super easy, is just to stick with your normal daily routine. Now, what do I mean by that? If you're not quite sure what that means, it means if this is something that you would do before you had anxiety and DPDR, then it's okay to do it now. If you're adding additional things or cutting out things that you did used to enjoy, for example, having a coffee or going out and seeing friends or just having a chilled out beer on a Friday afternoon, then it's very, very important to keep doing that, because if you don't do that, what you're doing is you're telling your mind and your subconscious that DPDR and anxiety is important. It needs to be put on a pedestal. It needs to be given more power than what it actually is. If you enjoy going out and meeting people and socializing, why would you stop doing that? And I know that you're going to say, because it makes me anxious. Well, for sure, okay, it makes you anxious. But if you don't go, then all you're doing is saying to the anxiety, yep, you're right. I better stop doing all this stuff that I used to do because I'm anxious. And so, all that's going to do is keep you in the cycle. To counter that, what you can do is to do these things regardless of how you feel, to be brave in the face of that anxiety and that fear, because then you're teaching yourself that actually you are in control and you have the power, and anxiety isn't important. Even though it might be screaming at you saying, don't go, don't do this, I've got to protect you, you say, no, it's just anxiety talking. It's just anxiety doing its thing. I'm going to go and do this stuff regardless of how I feel. And the third thing which you can do, which is very easy to implement and it's very easy to measure as well, is to start to form new habits which are going to help you. You've unintentionally formed a lot of bad habits which have brought you into DPDR and into anxiety, and that has just sort of clouded you into this negative cloud. And so what you've got to do is you've got to start to challenge those habits and identify them and change them to ones that are going to help you to bring you out of this cloud, to bring you back to normality, just your normal self. Because before you fell into DPDR and anxiety, you weren't having all these intrusive thoughts and everything wasn't out to get you and everything wasn't bad, but now it feels like it is. And because the habits that you've done have led you to that point, it's up to you now to start to do good habits. And so you might be saying, well, what's a good habit to get into? Well, the first one to get into is to continue on with your normal routine. That's a pretty good habit. And so here's the key with all this and how all this comes together, is that when you are going to use perhaps a coping technique to get you to the point where you can start just to get on with your normal routine and to build these good habits, then this is going to have the effect of getting rid of your symptoms and calming you down and getting rid of your anxiety and mending your relationship with anxiety, because right now it's completely out of whack. You've got to keep doing these things regardless of how you feel. So if you feel crap, doesn't matter, just keep going anyway. If you feel great, cool, okay, great, but just keep going anyway. You know, you're not trying to determine your progress and determine the success of these you know, sort of techniques that I'm teaching you right now based on how you feel, because you have no control over how you feel. So start doing this stuff as soon as you've finished watching this video. And if you want to chat to me about how I can help you recover from DPDR, then all the information about how to contact me is in the pinned comment and also the description of this video. I'd love to have a chat with you. And until next time, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.